Hello, hello. How is everybody tonight? Da 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 da. Everyone having a good time? Living the dream. Just make sure I got this right. Just waiting for some peeps to get here. That's not a big deal. I showed a little bit of the code, but I don't think it means anything. How is, looks like you blew up your account. That's no good. Let's not do that again. So, I want to show you some really cool things. I think you guys are going to like this update. This is a big update that I've been working on all week. Adding some things in, making some things look nicer. I think you guys will like this. Should make everything a little bit better. So, hungry for some knowledge. That's what I like to hear. So, I'm just going to start toggling some stuff that I added, and you guys tell me if you like it or not. So, this is basically what you guys were looking at all week. I haven't changed any settings, any defaults or nothing. All I've did, I didn't change anything to 2.1 that was in 2.0. I just added more stuff. So, all the defaults and everything are basically the same. What I did was I just made more stuff. So, let's start going through it, I guess. So, here, we'll put this right here. There we go. That's pretty. Alright, so pretty much all of this right here is new. The bullish sentiment, the bearish sentiment, the buy every dip. This is like ludicrous buy mode. So ludicrous buy mode looks like this. And I'll explain it in a second why it is, why it's like that. It will probably get changed eventually, but I left it in there for now. Basically, every time the stock dips, it tells you to buy, and so do not use it right now. It's meant to be used with the auto trade mode, which was relabeled to limit buy sell to 1 per, which I might when I upload this. I'm gonna. This is just what we're working on. I'm gonna change some of this around and then upload it. But I want to show you some changes here that are coming. So the bearish sentiment is a single acting condition, so it'll just add some more cells. So I looked at some situations and I was like, you know what, there's some certain situations where you're going to want to buy every time, and that's what that is. So if you want more aggressive sell signals, that's just a different one to add. We also added different sell options here, so alternative sells is another new one that looks like this. It's going to be crazy. So this combined with this gets you this. And this is like this is ultimate ludicrous mode. So this is not live yet. I will probably upload this tonight so you guys can have it for the trading day tomorrow. So the idea behind this is to go into the ultimate auto trading scalping machine. So then you would click this on and it will make it look a little bit better. So then when you zoom in, you can basically see this is meant to scalp every single buy, every single dip and everything. It's not perfect yet. It's a brand new feature we're testing, but it's meant to basically capture all of these movements right here. So unfortunately it's not perfect yet, but the idea is for it to buy and sell high on every single dip. So It is something I'm working on for all you people that want is insane amount of signals. That's probably the one to use, but don't use it yet. It's added so that we can test it. This is what this is. This is a beta test. So we add things so that we can test them, and that's what that's for. So aggressive cells is still there. So aggressive cells is still good. I like aggressive cells. Looks like this on its own. If you want to include both of these, it's not necessarily a bad idea. So this would be your best, most aggressive cell is by going both here. That's what I would recommend if you want just the most aggressive cells possible that combine both factors. Just click both there, or don't use them at all. So let's talk about the bullish sentiment. Bullish sentiment basically is meant to include sentiment, so it's to get rid of some bad buys. So it's going to restrict a lot of your buys, but every now and then you'll still get a bad one. But the idea behind it is maybe if you lower a lot of the other settings, so if you take off all of the other buy settings, and then if you wanted to raise, like, say, the RSI to 50, you could do this. I know a lot of scalpers do this. The bullish sentiment is an indicator that will weigh bearish and bullish sentiment. So these are new ones that I included for us to have. So these are definitely new. The biggest thing that we changed on this is these things down here. So if we'll show you one at a time. So this should change the candle color. So basically, if you turn that on, there we go. You have to be zoomed in for it for some reason. So if you zoom in, it's going to show you. It doesn't work in zoom out mode, but basically, it's going to change the candle color from green to red based on a moving EMA. So if that EMA is negative, it will change the candle color from green to red. So that will help you identify trends easier. So this is just a simple style choice for you. If it helps you, great. If not, that's fine. You don't have to use it. It's not a default, so you have to add it yourself. So if you click it off, it's going to change each candle red or green. If you include it, the uptrends will be green and the downtrends will be red. That's not my favorite one, but I figured why not include it, give people options. You can still have the trend line. So if you like the trend line, the green and red trend line, I made it a little bit faster. So the old one was a little bit slower and less aggressive. This one's a little bit more aggressive, so the trend lines are a little bit more aggressive. I like the more aggressive one. That's just my personal opinion. And then the one that I think everyone's been Googling over is this one. I think this one's very pretty. I wanted to talk about this one a little bit. So this is what's called a wave EMA. So it basically is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it's 18 EMAs ranging from slower to faster. So you have your slow EMA here, and then you got your really fast ones at the bottom. So it gives you a visual depiction of how the trends are changing. Yeah, it looks so cool. Like when I was researching visual upgrades and what I could do to make things as a visual learner myself, I wanted to see how we could enhance the visual aspect of it. So the buys and sells are kind of about as far as we can take them to certain points. The big thing now for me is to add in single condition buys and sells, which is what I started doing this weekend with adding, say, the bearish sentiment as a single condition. So that's not reliant on any other thing. It's literally reliant on single conditions. The buy every dep is a single condition, and then these are single conditions. So these are all new, just to make this even more customizable to meet your trading style. But this is a visual upgrade, so you can start to see, the wider this is, As it starts to contract, you could see as they start to as you start to get the crossovers, that's when you know you're going to have the reversals. So it's just a visual depiction of Fortuna's brain thinking, basically, and then it'll also color code it. So I like this one the best. This is probably what I'm going to start using when I post pictures. And if you zoom out, that's what it looks like. So hopefully you guys like these options for visual upgrades. They're not required. They will not be defaults. If you think they should be a default, let me know. But I really like them, and I'm happy to include them. So yeah, we're making giant steps here. If you guys want this indicator, all you have to do is go to indicators, search Fortuna. Oops, if you spell it right. Right now this is 2.2 that I have right here. I will upload this, don't worry. Right now it's 2.0 is the most recent one, so 2.0 looks like this. So if I turned 2.2 off, that's what 2.0 looks like. If you turn this off, this is what 2.2 looks like. So quite a difference visual wise. The buys and sells should be fairly similar. I didn't change much there. I just added more options in. So yeah, thank you, man. I like I said, I've been trying to get I had a ton of bugs. So I wanted to go live with this yesterday. Uh, Unfortunately, we couldn't figure some of the stuff out, and I wanted to go live like 2 hours ago. And again, it was just like last minute trying to figure these bugs out. And I didn't. I'm still not happy with the buy every dip setting. I think I'm gonna leave it in there for now. I'm afraid to leave it in there because I think people are gonna try to use it, and they're gonna hurt themselves. But hopefully, you guys are watching this, and if I explain it enough that it's supposed to be used in conjunction with other ones for auto trading is the idea. It's the precursor to auto trading. It's the first step to actually auto trading off of this, is we have to build the ability to do that. So now that we're happy with the buys and sells, how do we get towards the auto trading? And that's one of the things we're working on. So if you were to include all of the visual indicators, I will, oops, let's get rid of that one. This is what including all 3 visual indicators would look like. I don't think it looks bad, but having that extra EMA in there, I don't think you need it. I don't think if for me, it's either have the trend EMAs or have the colored line. So for me, I like the candles green though. It does look cool with the waves. So it just emphasizes the green and red more. So if you turn the colored candles off, it kind of looks like this. So it's not a huge difference. There's a small difference, but for me, I kind of like it. So so with the colored candles, it's not changing the outside. If we zoom in here, so the red candles will still have the red on the outside. What it's doing is it's changing the color of the fill. So you can still tell that they're bearish candles, but you can still see that it's in a bullish upswing, and that's what that is doing. So you still have you still have the data that you want in whether it's a bearish or bullish candle, but it's also telling you it's in a bullish uptrend. So that is the biggest thing there. So there is a EMA line that went with this indicator that I didn't think was necessary because of the other ones, so that I turned off. So I just want the candles to change colors. So again, those are the updates. I guess I don't have a ton. I just wanted to show you the updates, what I have been working on to make this even better and more useful for everyone. And I wanted to make this the best indicator on the market, basically, is what I wanted. Single indicator. I wanted to include everything you're looking for. I want it to make you money. Foremost, that is the whole reason you use an indicator. So I want it to make you money, and that's the goal. So that is the goal. So I'll open it up to a few questions here at the end. And remember, it's not about how many signals you get, it's about how accurate those signals are. So if you're only getting 2 to 3 signals, but each one makes you money, that's fine. Just unleash it on like 50 indicators, 100 or 100 tickers, and I guarantee you're gonna get more buys than you think you would get. Yeah, I mean, it can be customized to almost everything. So if you wanted to trade, say, Bitcoin with it, you can customize the settings for that. So um, you can change it to scalp mode, you can change it to swing mode. Eventually, once we do enough testing, I might just have day trade, swing trade, scalp, long term. I might just have like 5 different settings and that's it. But for testing right now, I need to know what's the best for everything. And once we figure out the best, see, I like having the customizations because then you can, if you only play like 4 or 5 tickers, you can customize it per ticker, which I think is very useful in my opinion. So if you wanted to have like more aggressive buys, you can do that. And for me, like, I might do, say, like these settings. These might be the settings I want. But it's just, again, what I would probably do is when you're setting it up, add these last. So just for simplicity's sakes, turn off the style points and then figure out how you like the buys and sells, and then you can turn on the style points after. So set it up how you like it. Add your buys and sells. So I mean, like, these were good buys and those were good sells, and again, like, these look all awesome right now. So I might go with these. Who knows? But we'll see. Chris, the defaults that I upload tonight will be my recommended settings. How's that sound? So when you upload the new 2.1 tomorrow, it will already have my recommended settings in there, and then you can change them however you want. Do you guys like having the colored EMA net in there? The wave EMAs? Do you want that as a default, or you just want to be able to add it? I'm just reading some questions here. Kind of kind of mixed there on the adding. Um, my problem, see, here's like when I'm designing it, I know there's a lot of people that have been following me for a while that like it and know what they're doing. But what I'm trying to do is, if someone were to just add it without watching anything, if they just go in and they're like, okay, Fortuna, and this is the first thing they pulled up, are they going to see this, or are they going to see this, and is it going to confuse them? Is it going to confuse them if they see this? See, personally, I love this. I think it looks amazing. Um, and you can kind of see, like here, for me, you can see that this is clearly bearish, and then you can start to see the bulls start to take over. And right here, you're like, okay, yeah, we're clearly in bullish uptrends. I would feel very confident. Like, even without a buy signal, just going off of the EMAs would still give you confidence. So you don't necessarily need the like, if we're full green, and I might add it in. That might actually be, I have to do a bunch of back testing, but if I'm saying all of these EMAs are green, that might be something I trigger a buy signal on. So again, it's something I'm testing. I got to do some back testing and everything, but I'm really liking the progress right here. I'm really excited about how we're upping our game every week and making this better for everyone. Yeah, I'm wondering if it'll be distracting too. I'm hoping it's not, but again, I wanted to add it because it adds style points in my opinion, and I do think it's useful, in my opinion. So I tend to zoom really far out. So if you're day trading, I mean, a day is literally, this is what the day would look like if you were day trading. So if you're looking at a day trade, this is kind of what you're looking at for the day. So that when you're zoomed in on a day or two, it's not as crazy as you would think. So I will have the 2.1 up probably right after the live here. I think I'll add it, and then I'll add everyone. So Alex, all you got to do is in TradingView, just go to indicators and search Fortuna, and you can just add 2.0 right there. You just star it and then add it, and you won't lose it. If you want, I would say join my Discord, and you'll always get the latest up-to-date everything. If you're not in my Discord, I highly recommend it. I think it's a good community. I have a lot of other things. I also have automated Fortuna alerts in my Discord, so I'm going to be updating those now. So here's just to give you guys the idea. So I have 99 alerts set up right now for Fortuna to set off buy signals, and you can see all the ones that went off last week. But basically, I need to go and delete all of these and then re-add everything tonight still. So yay. And then that'll be, I'm not going to do it again this week. I'm just going to do it tonight. I'm going to crack a beer or three and put some tunes on, and I'm going to do that tonight. And that's if you guys like it and want to contribute to the process, please toss me a couple bucks for some Red Bulls in the donation link, and that's all I really ask. I don't ask for much. So if it helps you, please give feedback on how I can make it better, and that's all we need to do. So yeah, I'm actually drinking a spotted cow. Who knows what a spotted cow is? It's already 10:30 here. Does anyone know what a spotted cow beer is? It's delicious, by the way. It's like fruity pebbles in your mouth. No. So spotted cow is a beer you only can get in Wisconsin, unfortunately. Hey, Chip Leary, congratulations. You win a high five. But yeah, it's a beer you only can get in Wisconsin. If you ever visit Wisconsin, I recommend, if you like beer, to try it out. So they make it about 30 minutes from my house. But it's a statewide beer, and they only sell it in Wisconsin for some sort of tax reasons, I think. I don't know. They explained it to me once, and it went over my head. But there's some sort of legality reasons why they only sell it in Wisconsin. It's I think it's a wheat beer. But it's kind of like a fruity ale. It's not like super fruity, but it's, I don't know, the best excuse me. Getting the spotted cow hiccups apparently. Let me see here. Brewed with barley and the finest Wisconsin malts. We even give it to our farmers and our cows. So I guess it's just an ale, but it's kind of got a little fruity flavor to it. So, kind of got off on a tangent there. So, all right. So, Fortuna updates. All right. So I have some sexy news, and the people that just dropped off are going to miss it. So congratulations to the 50 that are still here. We have, this week, we will probably have the Flowbot ready. So we have all the data we need. We have all the formulas. We just have to put it all into code. And we're going to test it tomorrow. And we might start getting flow alerts, cross my fingers, by Wednesday. Maybe Tuesday? But we're going to start getting flow alerts in the Discord this week, probably. So what that's going to mean is it'll give us, they're not going to be scores yet. It's just going to be alerts. But basically what we're looking at is when big boys buy, yeah, it's going to be awesome. It will probably be a premium feature if I'm being honest. We're gonna do it for free for a while, and see how it works. And because we have to pay for the data though, eventually it might be a couple bucks a month. So I'm just being upfront with people that it does cost us money for the data, but we need to test it, make sure everything works. So we're gonna have right now uh, three different test alerts. So there's gonna be a level 1 alert, which is basically saying there's a lot of people buying this ticker right now for options. A level 2 alert would be people buying this ticker very aggressively. And then a level 3 alert would be a what we call a mega alert or a billionaire alert, which basically it's my personal version of a golden sweep. If you're in Ace's Discord and he talks about golden sweeps, I do think there's some things wrong with them, so I fixed it in my algorithm and formula, and we're going to make it more selective so that when we get one, we're more trustworthy of it. So that is step 2. Step 3, which we might also have this week. This one is maybe. This is a very much maybe if we get it this week. Is our news indicator. So we have, I think, a good couple of good sources for data on news and catalysts that we can automate into an alert. Because our theory is, and I think it's a good one, is that the flow data actually is derived from news and catalyst data. So what we're thinking is happening is these big companies have these news AIs and catalyst AIs, and when they reach certain criteria, then that tells their other AI to buy the flow or calls/puts. So while the flow bot is useful, I think the news bot will be better. So yeah, we have some giant things in the works. I mean, just because you guys can't see us working behind the scenes doesn't mean we're not being super ambitious with our projects. And then the idea is then to put them all, once we have them all, to put them all together and put that into an auto trading artificial intelligence. And so that is the end goal. It's always been the end goal from day one. So that is, and then we already have the theoretical software available for the auto trader. We just have to get the artificial intelligence ready for it. So I feel like I've been pretty straightforward from day one with those goals, and we've been working through how to get there every week. And I think we're finally taking some quantum leaps this week and next week. I'm just going to catch up on some questions here. Yeah, so Fortuna is just the trading view thing. We actually have an auto trading strategy ready to go just off of Fortuna. We need to test it. But basically, the idea is the sells would be hard sells for the auto trader, but the other thing is we would have a trailing stop profit. So basically every time a buy is issued, it has a 5% trailing stop profit. So every time it goes up, if it goes up to 5%, that means it can't lose money anymore. So if it gets to 0%, it will auto sell. So if it gets up to 10%, then it would have a trailing take profit as well. So or a cascading take profit. So let's say a trailing stop profit at 5%. And then let's say at like 10%, it takes like its original investment out, and then it just lets the trailing stop profit go. So we can do that automatically, and we don't even care about the sells. Like the sells are awesome, but we don't care about the sells because in reality, you can just design a stop loss and stop profit system where all you care about is the buys. That's why I've been so focused on the buys. Honestly, the sells are there just because people want them. I really, myself, only care about getting the buys right because you can design an auto trading software around that. The sells, I kind of designed more so for short opportunities, and that was my thesis behind that. So basically what you would do, instead of having the stop losses and stop profits on the buys for calls, you would just do the exact same thing with puts here. So then you're playing both ways, and then you can make more trades and make money faster. And that's the idea behind. I mean, can you imagine if you had if you had taken a put here with a trailing stop profit, you would have made so much money. And then there again, you don't even have to worry that there's not a sell there, because you're almost guaranteed not to lose money because of the stop loss. The worst you could lose is 5%. Like, I can't program that into TradingView though. That's the problem. So I can't show you guys that because it's not possible to show it to you on here. I mean, the only reason I added this in here was just to show people kind of. So if I were to throw this on here, this is to kind of help you visualize what a auto trader would look like, but it is not an auto trader because it's not how you would auto trade. It's just to help you visualize, because people are visual learners, so it's to help you visualize that, and that's the only reason it's built in here. In all practicality, there's really no reason to use it at all. So that's just something that I wanted to go over, and I hope people understand that, and they don't to buy every dip. I hope they don't actually do that. And I haven't decided if I'm going to include that or not. I think I'm going to leave it in there for a few days and see how many people fuck their accounts up by trying to use it. But again, we're in beta testing. This is not a live product. If it ever was, you guys would be the first to know. Yeah, Logan, I think that's what I was just explaining. Is that answers your question, right? Yeah, so RJ, so I looked into TradeStation and they want me to deposit I think it was $10,000 so that I could auto trade on their account. And I just don't have $10,000 laying around ready to just put into a test account. So I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to take my money out of TradeStation and put it into something else that I can do it in. And I didn't know that when I had set that up. I was excited because I noticed they were a partner down here, and I noticed that you could do everything for that. And then when I looked into it more and more, I put money in there, and I looked into it more and more, and I found out I couldn't do that. So what we've decided to do is take all of this software off of TradingView and code it on our own server, and then we can connect it to any broker we want. And that's the end goal. So I hope everyone's excited for this week. I don't even know if I'm going to trade much this week. All I'm going to be focused on and is getting this more and more better. I am actually in a trade. I held one over the weekend. Um, it's because I wanted to trust. I should have held both now looking at futures probably, but uh, I took two buy signals on Friday. I took a Adobe buy signal right here. I took this one right here on Friday. And then it broke my trend line, so I sold here because I trust my own TA better than a robot right now. And so once it broke my my sell line here, I sold it, and I took a 30% loss on this, unfortunately. But you know, tomorrow this might be up here, which would make me sad. PayPal, I took this buy signal right here, so I'm currently down slightly because I think it ended right here, and I bought it like right in here because I was a little bit late to it. But I like where this is going. It looks like it's trending, curling back up. So we'll see what happens with PayPal. Um, it's looking like I'm gonna be okay there. So, but I think I'm gonna be pretty conservative going forward, and I think the calls I have that I'm going to set up the alerts for. Um, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have real conservative sell alerts. So we'll do sell alerts this week. I think that's something that people would like. We'll do some sell alerts. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative on the buys and sells because I think what people are trying to do, and this is what, so because I have them on the 15 minute, what's happening is, let's see if I can find a good one. Okay, so what's happening on the 15 minute is we're getting the buys right here, and then it's going down and people are freaking out because they're like, what is Fortuna doing? I'm losing money. And then they cut their losses here because they hit like a 5 or 10% stop loss. And what they really should do is do their TA on their own. And so what you should do is, let's say like this is the downtrend right here, is you get the alert. So you're putting that stock on watch. What you're doing is, okay, I got a downtrend right here. Probably would look like that. I'm going to wait. Broke the uptrend. I would have bought right here, more likely. For me, I was just at work, so I was just doing whatever Fortuna told me. And you would have made off like a bandit there. And, you know, and that happens occasionally, where it tells you to buy, and its stock dips a little, but then it catches right back up. So like this one right here, the stock kind of went sideways, and it dipped, and it went back up, and you know, you don't know if it's going to go back up or not. But if you took a call a couple weeks out, you would have made your money back. See, that's what I did. So like on these, I didn't go next week. I went 3 weeks out, so I'm not too worried. The Adobe one I was trying to scalp, and that's the reason I got rid of it, because it was a weekly, so I'm not worried about PayPal. Yeah, we could take a look at silver. I know I've been lacking on the silver updates, but silver's been making a comeback, so it looks like it's contracting here, getting ready for a big move. I think it's just waiting. I honestly think it's waiting for stimulus before it decides which way it wants to go. If we get the stimulus news, it's going to skyrocket. So stimulus, and then now they're talking about more stimulus next year. We're talking big inflation here, and inflation, silver and inflation love each other. Yeah, don't get. I know I pump everyone up, but you know, in reality, uh, this is still experimental, and we're working on making it better. I mean, honestly, if you think I can do it, there's probably a good chance people have already done it. But I haven't really found anything quite like what I've been making, and maybe that's because most people don't think like I do. I don't know. Maybe I think different, and that's why. But I know there's some stuff out there similar to this, but I haven't found anything exactly like what I have found with what it does. It's always it's a lot of the ones out there are always late to issue signals, and I'm trying stuff that issues it while you can still make money. Walmart. Let's look at Walmart. Raul. You swung puts. Why would you do that? I ever show you my Walmart? Yeah. I charted this I charted this probably right here-ish. So we'll see what happens here, if I'm right or not. But I think Walmart's going back up. So you better hope it goes back down to 138 tomorrow, and you better get out. So it doesn't. Let's look at futures. We could do that. Futures are pretty good. Walmart doesn't look so good for you tomorrow. All the futures are pretty high. VIX is down. I mean, the world is pretty green. Walmart most likely will be up tomorrow. Unless something changes, I could see Walmart going back up. Oh, I forgot about Project 618. I haven't talked about that much. It's exciting though. So this is Project 618 basically. So this might be more. Does this look better? Yeah, it looks better. Okay, so you need Walmart to go back down tomorrow. You need it to break down to here, but what it's probably going to do is it's going to open up around 141 tomorrow, or 142. If it opens up at 142, it'll probably come back down to 141 and then go back up. But Project 618 is kind of one I haven't talked about much, but it's basically are Fibonacci AI and Elliott wave AI. So basically, so if you look at like these different Elliott waves and these different Fibonacci's, we're building an AI that will do this for you. It's a very, very ambitious project, an AI that can predict Elliott wave futures and plot points and stuff like that. There's ways to do it, and we feel like we have a good idea on how to do it. That might be something you can look for towards next year. I'm not even going to put a timetable on it, but it is definitely something we're working on, and we're really excited about it. So just to give you an idea, so there's Elliott wave theory, and then there's Fibonacci strategy. So basically, the Fibonacci strategy, to give you an idea, if it's in a retracement here, so you could basically say if it goes into this zone right here, so if it enters the zone and then rises out of the zone, you take a call, and then if it goes into this zone, if it enters the zone and breaks through it, you keep your call. If it goes below it, you sell it. So basically, you're scalping from say 140.50, and then you're selling at 141.15. So you can scalp in there, and then if it enters this zone down here and falls below it, you're taking a put here, and then if it enters this zone, it's a two-key turn system. It's very accurate and very profitable, and so you're turning the key whenever it enters a zone, and when it falls below a zone, you're turning on that put signal, and then it enters the zone, and if it breaks below, you keep your put, and if it breaks above, you sell it. And then when it goes below that zone, let's say it enters this zone again, you're turning that key to your auto trader to say, hey, we're on alert to make an action here. If it breaks the zone below it, you take another put, and then the stop loss is if it goes back into the zone. And if it goes out of the zone, if it enters the zone and then comes back above, then it's taking a call. So this is this is a very ambitious project. You thought I didn't have more stuff in the works, but this is one that we are very, very excited about, because this is something that we don't care about anything else. This is almost a foolproof plan if we can perfect it, and it can be insanely profitable. This is one that we would not give away for free. I can 100% tell you that. Because if we make this one and it works how we think it's going to work, it will make you money 100%, almost guaranteed. So hope you guys are excited. There's a lot of awesome things happening. So that's why I'm not investing a lot of money, because for me, like, as soon as we perfect this stuff, that's when I'm going to throw my money in. That's when I'm going to put a lot of money in it. For me, I'm just playing with a couple $100 here and there, testing out the technology with some live money. So, yeah. I got to keep you guys excited to tell you what's on the horizon. I've been teasing the flow and the news bot for a while, and I think we're actually going to have some somewhat beta test projects coming up in this week and next week where we can use those. And of course, Fortuna is always getting updates. You know, we're always working on Fortuna. Got to get that tuna right. That's what we're doing it for, the tuna. So I'm excited. So I don't have much else. Those are all my updates I have for everyone. We've been going about 43 minutes here. I'll open up the last 5 to 10 minutes here for any questions, or if you want to just unleash 2.2 on some tickers here, we can do that. I actually went to college to be... I started coding in high school when I was about 15. I wrote my own chess program when I was 16. I wrote my own Connect 4 program in C++. I learned C++, JavaScript. I learned Java. I learned Basic and Visual Basic. And I learned all that. And what happened was I went to college and I started learning advanced languages and things like that. And it was all classroom learning. And I was really good at learning when I'm actually doing it and visualizing. And I guess I kind of got bored with it, and I changed my career path. And then I didn't code for about 15 years. I'm 34 now. I stopped coding when I was about 20, and I realized how much it could be used to help predict the market. And I talked about it for a while there, where like I just don't have the time and I can't handle my emotions enough to take all of my knowledge and be a successful trader. So I have to put it into um, all my knowledge into code, into an algorithm that then I can tell that what to do and it does it for me. And that's my big dream this year, is to convert all the knowledge I learned over the last 5 years of stock trading, take out the emotions, take out the timing aspect, and let the AI do it for me. So that is kind of my coding background. I recruited some coders because I'm very out of touch with it. I know how to communicate to the coders what I want, which is the biggest thing, and I help them as much as I can, and things like that. Tesla looks awful. Wow, uh, that's a great sell signal. Um, you can kind of see the EMA is starting to curl here, so you might get a spike tomorrow. Let's see what happens. I mean, you could have, like right here, you could have it just go instantly green tomorrow. So, well, if you guys don't have, and gals don't have much more questions, um, let me know. Bitcoin. I have really conservative settings on right now too. Bitcoin looks good. Wow, wow. Those signals are fantastic. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, if you guys want to help, just I'm not recruiting any more coders right now, but I am recruiting testers and alpha testers. So testers are ones that don't know much and just want to tell me what they're finding, and alpha testers are ones that really help out a lot and know what kind of code they're, could help us out potentially by saying, some bugs they see. But join the Discord if you're not in it, and we'll trade this together and try to make it as best as possible. AMD. I always forget that I have all these personal charts up. You guys probably like those too, though, so I'll leave them. Uh, you can see I'm really big. I really love fibs. They are so useful. AMD could and should. It bounced off the 318 or the 382 on Friday, so I could see AMD testing the golden zone again. Between the 5 and the 618, as this is called, is between 382 and 618 is the golden zone. I call this the buy zone. So if it bounces off the 382, you could probably see something like this on AMD. So if we're in a impulse Elliott wave from here, you're looking at, it should have gone like this basically. It could have a like a minor wave where it goes like this. So it could do something like that. So you could see it break above the 5, retest it. It could go above. I don't have enough things here, but it could go above, like right here, over the 618, and then come down to the 618, and then shoot back up to the 786, or go all the way to 94. So keep an eye on this. This could be interesting. I mean, it could. This is a bigger wave, so what we'd be looking at is something like this. This would be the big wave, and then what you would have is a minor wave in here. Be another one of these. So a minor wave would look like this. So there's your big wave and your minor wave. So your big wave is here, and then your minor wave is the movements to get up through each leg. So maybe that makes sense. So it might look something like that. So you're always going to have your profits, your runs, your profit takings, your runs, your profit takings. So That would be my guess there. Verizon, yes. Chevron, yes. Rocket, no. I won't. I'm not going to add Rocket. I'll add. Amazon's already added SLV. Jim, Discord server is right there for you. Yeah, I think chips are going to be bullish this week. We got a lot of chip events going on. So Catalyst score and news score would be high there. So what we're looking for silver to do basically is it's got this peak here. It's probably gonna. We're looking for it to bounce back above the 382. So we want it to bounce and get towards the 5 there. Oops. And we want it to get into the golden zone. So if you want to wait to get into the golden zone, if it breaks through that, I mean, we're good to go. But basically, make sure I have these right. Gotta make sure you have your lines right. Could also be up there. And what is it? What looks right? That's the thing. That don't look bad. That looks right. So what we're looking for it to do is get up to this 2310 zone. So it looks like it's using this line right here as resistance here. You can see this pretty heavily. So basically what you're doing is you're just going from most recent highs right here to lows right here, and that's how you get your fib. So you can do it from here to here. It's not as reliable. You want to go highs to lows. So what you're looking for, it looks like we're curling back up here. So what we want to do is see it test 2310 this week. That would be my goal, to see it test that. I like Intel long term, so that's just I haven't used Fortuna on Intel recently. That don't look amazing, but you want to see these short-term EMAs start rising for sure. Did get a buy there, so that's a good sign. You know, I kind of see a cup and handle here. You kind of got a cup, and you got a handle. I like that. That's nice. Let's throw some fibs on here and see what we got going on. This fib looks pretty decent. So what we're looking for it to do is let's get rid of these lines. So it's in this golden zone right here. What we want it to do is break out Monday above the 78, and then we could test the most recent highs, and this is the gap we need to fill here. I mean, you could look at this gap. It's so stupid. So we have earnings coming up in 2 weeks, so I think earnings will be good. So if we do, this truly is a cup and handle, it would have retraced into the golden zone, which it did. It's going to test here and bounce up, so we'll probably see something like this potentially. Don't hold me on this. It's either going to hit this and break through, or it's going to test it and then it's going to do that. So that could happen right there. Actually, it'd probably be something like that. So Yeah, I mean, if you take it out, I mean, if you got the leaps, I talked about Intel a long time ago on my YouTube. If you take January leaps and stuff like that, you'd be fine. I did talk about the 55-60 October Intel lottos. Those still have a chance. I mean, if they crush earnings right here, they could easily get back to 60. So, and the news spot and catalyst spot is definitely going to include proximity. So, what I'm thinking about doing is uh, proximity to earnings will have an influence. Proximity to dividends and ex-dividends will have influence. News will have influence, of course. Upgrades and downgrades will influence stocks as well. So we're going to include all that. So all of that's going to go into an algorithm that's going to basically give us a score. And when the score hits a certain height, then we will get an alert. And then that alert will be also pinged to the Discord for everyone to see. So those will be alerted in the Discord as well. I had talked about AMD. I did a double wave on AMD, and that's kind of what it looks like. You know what? Let's share this chart. I like this a lot. I haven't tweeted a chart in a while. Tweet, tweet. What the? Get out of here. Yeah, we do space. Let me just throw this in day trades. People will like that. Space? Sure. Let's do some space. That's I think space sounds like. Oh wow. I do not remember doing this. I must have had a few beers when I did this. This is looking nice. I don't even remember when I did this. Cool. This must have been on a past live I did this. So there you go. Those were my predictions a while ago. So that's what I think space is going to do. I think I did that when it was down here. So it's ahead of schedule. I did it on Friday? Okay. It's like I chart so many tickers for people. You got to think there's 5,000 to 10,000 stocks out there. I sometimes forget. But yeah. Go back and watch my Friday live if you wanted to have me do this live. So yeah, everything I was charting recently says we're gonna be we might be bullish this week. It looks good. I mean, if Trump heals, that would give people confidence that the virus is weak and we can overcome it. So I think I have space on Fortuna alerts. Oh, I don't have it activated though. Yeah, we just got a buy right there. That's very good. So we got a buy right there. So that's nice. All right, Regeneron. Regeneron. Sounds like a Autobot. Um. That looks interesting. I mean, for me, Regeneron looks like it's... I mean, theoretically, this is a bull wedge. It's more likely to go down than up. I don't really know a lot about it, though. I'm just telling you, TA-wise, what I see. Hey, Unlawful, get some sleep, buddy. I know I gotta probably do the same thing. I gotta get up in a little bit, too. So, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna start doing all these alerts for everyone. I know people want them, so let me update all these alerts. Give me a little bit, and then I'll upload 2.2 slash 2.1, whatever we want to call it, and I'll ping everyone. I'll do an add everyone. So if you're in the Discord, you'll be first ones to know when the new one's updated. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and let's make some money this week. I think that's the plan.